We are live, my guys and gals and goons. So, for those who are updated, follow me on social media. You know, we canceled. Um, what did we cancel? We canceled Sunday service. A cold Sunday service, huh? We canceled it. Not fully. We just canceled it for last Sunday. So I told y'all I was gonna pick it up today, and that's what we here to do. Pick it up today. I think we on chapter 8 of Swami Vivekananda's Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is what we on today. So we about to honestly just go ahead and hop in. You can put this up on my laptop. I know I'm going live on the phone now, but it actually shows better when we read the damn book. So, um, what was the last chapter? You know, we like to go over the notes from the last chapter. Where is it at? Hold up. Let's pull it up from last week. What did we go over last week, fellas and girls and gals, guys and gals? Let me beef though. Alright, y'all. I thought I had it pulled up, but the nigga don't. Last chapter was freedom of the soul, right? Freedom of the soul, and the question still remains: if it's something that you gotta obtain, was it ever yours anyway? If it's something you gotta work for, was it ever yours anyway? Right? That's what we're dealing with here when dealing with enlightenment, the path of knowledge of self, your spiritual path, whatever you want to call it. You see what I'm saying? Is it something that you actually are entitled to? If you're entitled to it, you already got it. And not entitlement by the ego, like possession of it, but kind of sort of still at the same time. Is it yours? Why do you have to work so hard to get it? The question is, do you already have freedom and you just don't know it? That may be the problem. That's what we went over last week. Or, yeah, the other Sunday. That's what we went over the other Sunday. If you have to attain freedom, then it was never yours. The freedom has always been yours. The freedom is going to always be yours. True enlightenment with the soul. We're not going to look for the soul. Oh, let me get in tune with my soul. If you join and hit the like button, please. Please hit the like button. People, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Matter of fact, give me 1 second. All right, so we're right back. Is the soul something that needs to be obtained? Right? The question you got to ask yourself, and if you already have joined the cosmic P pushes here, email this, then you know exactly what's going on here. Why does it not let me comment? I can't comment on my own shit. How can I not comment on my own shit? Well, I was gonna leave it in the chat, but it won't even let me comment in my own damn chat. But anyway, we starting off today with going over the past study guide from the last chapter, and it is the freedom of soul, the freedom of the soul. Right? Let's just go over a summary of what we read last week. What if freedom is something that's not earned? what if is something that we just forgot about, basically what I just said, right? In this chapter, Vivekananda basically spoke about our beliefs. He tells us freedom is not the goal, it is your essence. Your very essence is freedom. The soul is, by its very nature, pure, free, eternal, and beyond all laws. Now, if you follow me on social media, I've been giving a heads up that I'm coming with this fire ass presentation. I haven't heard. See, I've heard occultists talk about what I'm about to talk about in pockets, but nobody's ever really connected the dots. Once you connect the dots, it's like a, and I'm about to connect those fucking dots. Right? I'm basically damn near done. Well, I'm done with our research, but I'm putting slides together. That's what I've been working on today. That's probably part of the reason why I'm late for showing up. Probably been on here an hour ago, but never late. We never late. We can never be late. Always on time. Ain't that what we talking about now? If your soul was, if you was late to picking up your soul, then what? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't ever yours, no way. Whoever dishing out souls need to be there when you get there. That's what we talking about. You did. So, um, so what he said, the soul is by its very nature pure, free, eternal, and beyond all laws. If you feel bound, it's Maya playing tricks on you. Right? It's the illusion playing tricks on your mind. Your liberation lies in recognition and recognizing the truth that you are in were never bound at all. That is very key to our understanding on the spiritual plight. And it's hard for some people to get and understand. Hold up. And it's hard for some. I just want to make sure we still live over here. And it's hard for some people to understand that. And I get it. I get it. Thing is, can you get it? Fuck. Because I want to come over here and post a link in the chat. Hold up, y'all. And post a, hello, that do come in later. And who haven't subscribed. God damn it, man. I can't even. You fucking asshole. Asshole. Let me get on YouTube on the other platform so I can get this uploaded. I know everybody's waiting for it on Sunday, but I had a very busy day Sunday, guys and gals. Very busy day Sunday, so I wasn't able to get the live stream popping. Don't matter because we're here now, alright? Because we're here now. We're here now. Let's make sure this email list actually works. That's the right link. So if you're just joining, we going over the study guide from the last reading, and right now I'm just dropping the email link, the Cosmic P Pusher email list inside of the chat. For those who have not joined it, that is the only way to get study guides. And for those that do who have already joined, you're gonna be able to get the heads up on what's coming with this new lecture I got coming. Lecture, yeah, I guess I can say that. You're gonna be able to get the heads up with some top notch information. Trying to tell you, and I don't just get on here and run my mouth. Y'all know I be telling the truth now. There you go, right there. Email this, cause I'm telling you, I got some shit that I ain't talked about yet. What Trav be saying, you can't get this type of shit at Walmart. You ain't gonna get it at Amazon. You ain't gonna get it at the flea market. You ain't gonna get it at your closest nearest top end, high end mall that sell all the Gucci and Louis and all that shit. You ain't gonna be able to get it there. Only way you're gonna be able to get it is here. You need to join that email list. You need to join that email list. Those who already joined the email list, so they gonna get something special off the ripper. So, core concepts we went over last week, right? What was it? Natural freedom of the soul. See, if we know we are the soul, we shouldn't be stressing about getting in alignment with your soul. You don't get in alignment with your soul. Is that the right way to say it? Your soul is the point I'm trying to make is your soul is already present and ever present. And we already know the soul has not sinned. The soul cannot sin because the soul does not do. Who's the doer in this situation? You. No, not you. I mean, not the real you, the big P you, but the you, the human being, the flesh and bones, the mind, all the way down to the five senses, all the way down to the sense organs. That you is the doer. It's doing the doing, but something is the knower. I don't want to push it too far because you got to leave some shit open for interpretation. You are not a slave trying to be free. You are freedom pretending to be a slave. You pretending to be a slave. You pretending that the Illuminati is holding you down. You're pretending that white people have done this to you. You're pretending that, or if you're white, you're pretending that the that they're taking your goddamn country from you and you're fighting for it and you got to fight for it back. You're pretending that Donald Trump is your enemy or your friend. You're pretending. You're pretending. You're not a slave. You're not locked down. You're pretending that Maya is actually putting you through suffering. The illusion, the matrix that you want to escape, that everybody seems to want to escape. Understood why, but that's from lack of knowing or lack of recognition of something. Freedom is not something you achieve, it is your true state. If freedom can be lost, it was never real to begin with. That's what we went over last week, right? Then he gets into Maya and delusion, right? Maya makes you forgive. You join and hit the like button, y'all. Everybody here should be hitting the like button. And if you have not, hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. Also, hit the join the email list button, right? I'm a little late today because I just woke up, which is, hey, it's been one of them days. Appreciate y'all for hitting that like button. Appreciate y'all. But it's been one of them days. But so now we're going back into Maya the Illusion. See what we saying here. If you just join, hit the like button, please, and join the email list that's pinned in the comments in the chat. Or if you're watching on the replay, it's in the description. This is what I'm telling you. Like, what I've done the more people I talk to in spirituality, everybody wants to have an enemy. It's way more comfortable to have an enemy because you get to blame shit on other people. It's way more comfortable to blame shit on zero peace. My God, always standing on cosmic P. Always standing on cosmic P. You know I got much love for you, my guy. It's much easier for people to have this enemy, and that's what he's going through in his book. It's about duality being the cause of all suffering. We ain't even we probably halfway through the book. If you ain't picked that up by now, or what he's saying, you know what I'm saying? Maybe this is entertainment for you, but I know some real ones. If you just joined, please hit the like button. I'm seeing all the people that are joining now. I really need you to hit the like button. You know, just common courtesy, y'all. It's just like coming in the room saying, "What's up, fool? What's happening?" You know, it don't take much to hit that like button. You don't hurt nobody. It only helps somebody. Because the more likes, the more people this should reach. Because this may not be for you, and this could be for them. I see y'all still watching. Y'all ain't hit that like button. Hey, man, what do I got to do to get a like button? I got to show a boob. Y'all want me to show some boobs? But Maya the illusion, right? Maya makes you forget. We just going to overview over the other week's study session, a cult Sunday service, right? Because this is a cult Sunday service, but we missed the last Sunday, and we just picking it up on Monday to make sure we still deliver, right? We ain't letting nobody down out there. We standing on motherfucking principles, standing on purpose, and that is our standard operating procedure, which is to push this motherfucking cosmic P, nigga. Maya makes you forget your nature. right? That's about it. Maya equals the illusion slash limiting force that you are a body, mind, and a limited being. Sunshine chick, what's happening? What's happening, my girl? Comment, P pushing. As always, as always. Good to see you here. Oh my bad. I'm looking at the what's the name on the screen too, y'all. Hit that like button, y'all, for me. We got the real Cosby P pushing stepping in the building. So as y'all know, y'all get the study guide after we done with this because I woke up late and I went to you know what I'm saying, went to sleep a little too quick around the time that it was supposed to be for me to start this. So you'll receive it after the live stream. So those who haven't joined, please hit the pinned comment in the chat that says join our Cosmic P email list. And you will receive study guides and future updates, especially for this new presentation I got coming. Telling you, you ain't heard it, you ain't seen it yet. Something magnificent. And like I said, I don't even pop my shit like this. The shit gonna be like a master class. I don't even pop my shit like that, but I think it's time to pop the shit like that. Not because it's me, but it's because of the fucking information. It's like, what the fuck, fool? Let's go. Two views of reality. You are bound, struggling to be free. Most people think like that, right? The second one, you are already free and bondage is an illusion. That's a Vedantic approach. The Vedantas, that's their approach. And I'm fucking with it. It lines up with what I learned from my master teacher, Bobby Hemming. It lines up with what I've learned from my teacher, Brother Panic. It lines up with what the fuck Travis Majors is saying. And it also lines up with what the fuck I've been saying. Not because all those guys said it, it's because I've had that realization as well. It just as you come into certain levels of spiritual understanding and spiritual wherewithal of maturity, that's it. Once you come into certain levels of spiritual maturity, then you can use some logic. You know, logic is not always right into certain levels of understanding and spiritual shit. But then once you get all this knowledge and information and wisdom with the experience, you come into this level, it's like, oh shit, it makes logical fucking sense that I'm not fucking bound. That is nothing stopping me. I'm putting that illusion on myself. That's what Maya does. So you are Maya, nigga. Not the real you, but the name, form, and functioning you. You are the Maya. You are the motherfucking Maya. What'd you say? 00 says you. The nigga that treated as that one I think is the missing key. I need to update my remember. Well, Zero, when I say this, my guy, you will not be disappointed. You will not be anybody who claims the dark path. Not saying that's what you claim, Zero, but I'm just saying, for reference here, anybody who claims the dark side, the left hand path, or anybody who claims the right hand path, you're gonna want to listen to this. You're gonna want to see this presentation that I got coming. Like I said, don't worry about if you're gonna know if I'm gonna do it. If you subscribed, if you got the notification bell put on, you gonna know. If you on my Instagram, you gonna know. You gonna know. And it's coming very soon, sooner than you think. Oh my God. Okay. And it says, choose wisely. The choice is always yours. Causation in the soul. Let's do this and then we done, y'all. Or some sorrow, then we done. Causation in the soul. The soul is causeless. Remember that. The soul is causeless, which means what? It's beyond the causal plane. If you're watching, please hit the like button, y'all. The soul is causeless. It means it's beyond the causal plane. What's the causal plane? I give you a little hint for those that don't already know, because this is going to be some key information to know in that presentation I'm bringing, right? What's the causal plane? That's Prakriti. That's that would be Maya. Prakriti and Maya, same thing. That will also be Bina of the tree of life. It creates all causes and effects, but it itself is void of causes and effects. It's pure cause. But we'll get to that. Anything affected by causes is perishable. What is cause and effect? That's karma. That's it. Karma and all that other extra shit that we was already taught. See, and that's what I'm going to get into inside of that presentation. It's like we have been trained by the Western or the European, the late European mind of way of to use these terminologies and these words, and we be using them in our spiritual life, thinking that we using words that's different. Wayne M, peace, peace, peace. We be thinking that we using these same English words and terms and definitions with these words, and we thinking, you know what I'm saying, we step outside of the matrix, but we're using their same terms, right? We're using these same terms when we talking about cause and effect. But if you look, we going back to ancient spiritual systems, we need to understand what these words really mean. How many people use the term karma and ain't studied shit about where the word karma come from? All you did was hear Bobby Hemmett talk about it. All you did was hear some YouTuber talk about it. And you ain't get to studying about what it is. See, and that's why I salute. That's why I salute Trav, right? Because when I found his page and the type of shit that he was tapped in, he went over to the Eastern shit, right? That's why I got a big salute coming for him as well, because he went to that Eastern shit. I was already an occultist and learning this information, but what that did was the certain direction that he was going in, with this Eastern philosophy or this Eastern mystic or spiritual system. That was the last little bit I needed. You know what I'm saying? All you had to do was give some references, and I ate it up. Ask me and him chopped it up, bro. Like a nigga really got a passion for this. Like this ain't just about no cool. Let me get some YouTube subscribers. You know what I'm saying? I want people to come and join who this shit is for, duh. Or else I just record my own fucking videos and watch them my goddamn self and never let nobody see them. So it's obvious that, but a nigga got a real deep passion about it, not trying to do some old viral shit. Just, you know what I'm saying, for somebody to tap in and watch me and join my email list and eventually join a course. That ain't the route a nigga going. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, we coming with courses and all of that. But that's not the point of why we do this shit. Motherfuckers really getting alignment with the cosmic P, the cosmic principle. And as you can tell, I'm holding back words because it's shit that's coming. Shit that's coming, y'all. Let's get to it though. Samsara, right? The great return. So samsara is this life of reincarnation, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. Who knows how many times you've done it? People be want to do past life studies and shit. Like, fuck that. I got this one to handle. I got bills and shit, and I got little. I got a lot of shit to handle in this life. You know what I'm saying? Childhood trauma regression, goddamn it. We trying to work through that. If you join in, hit the like button. Very simple, very easy, and it really helps me. And it helps the people in the chat. More people join, we build a more healthier community. Because the likes show, they show the shit. Appreciate you, y'all. Y'all hit it already, so I ain't gotta say shit else. Thank you. Shit me up real quick. So samsara, the flow of great return, the great return back into reincarnation. Everything flows from Brahman and returns to it. Everything flows from the everything flows from the one source and returns back to it. Everybody should understand that, and that's basic level of spirituality, right? Like electricity completing a circuit, all beings return to their source. Even the unconscious beings are moving towards freedom. With some of these quotes that he got up out of it. Let's see what's some cool quotes. You cannot establish the immortality of the soul unless you grant that it is by its nature free. All right, you cannot establish the immortality of the soul unless you grant that it is by its nature free. You gotta already understand that. Or you ain't nothing. You ain't going. Ain't no soul realization. Ain't no nothing. You gotta already know that it's free. Freedom, immortality, blessedness, all depend upon the soul being the be all depend upon the soul being beyond the law of causation, beyond this Maya, beyond this samsara, beyond this cause and effect. Okay. The soul is sexless. So it's not no, it has a masculine soul or a feminine soul or non-gender soul or non-binary soul. Technically, I guess so. But it doesn't have any one of those. Etern- Eternally pure. The soul is sexless, eternally pure. It is allowed to say that I am a man or a woman, or to say that I belong to this country or that. When we say an I, we mean the capital I, I, not the ego I, like the nigga sitting right here with his arms folded and his lips poked out like this. Not that. Yes, you want to identify with that. You want to understand your identification with that. But what you, the eternal you, that's what we got to start saying. The eternal you, the ultimate P, the ultimate principle. The real you is the ultimate principle. So that's it for the what's the name. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna get ourselves into some book reading. Let's see here. We're gonna get ourselves into some book reading, brother. On it, brother. Make sure I ain't got it on. Okay. All right, guys and gals, girls and gals. Hopefully, this here is showing clear. This here is showing clear. Damn, that shit got a long delay on it. All right, y'all. We about to go on and get this shit popping. Hold on. Boom. There we go. All right. Today's chapter is called The Cosmos. Don't that align with Cosmic P over here? You know what I'm saying? So let's see. If y'all see I have not read this chapter, who knows? I may completely disagree with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. So, what do we got here? It says, The Cosmos, the macrocosm, delivered in New York, January 19th, 1896. Told y'all, black folks only been out of slavery about 30 something years when this man came over there talking that goddamn, this shit, this fly shit right here. We ain't even been out of slavery that damn long. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even been out of slavery that damn long. Yeah, America ain't even been a country that long. You know what I mean? 100 some years? He come over here talking that shit to them folks. Because this, like I told y'all, this is his first time speaking in America, right? This is his first time speaking in America. The other chapter that we had read, he spoke in London. So he said, let me travel to white man land and tell them about their goddamn self. Let me travel to white man land and tell these folks about themselves. Since they think us Indians are goddamn primitive and unethical and savages. Let's get to it. But the flowers that we see all around us are beautiful. Beautiful is the rising of the morning sun. Beautiful are the variegated hues of nature. The whole universe is beautiful, and man has been enjoying it since his appearance on the earth. Sublime and inspiring, inspiring are the mountains, the gigantic rushing rivers rolling towards the sea, the trackless deserts, the infinite ocean, the starry heavens. All these are awe inspiring, sublime, and beautiful indeed. The whole mass of existence, which we call nature, has been acting on the human mind from time immemorial. It has been acting on the thought of man. It has been acting on the thought of man in as its it has been acting on the thought of man, and as its reaction has come the question, what are these? Whence are they? As far back as the time of the oldest portion of that most ancient human composition, the Vedas, we find the same question asked. Whence is this? So now we hitting at the ultimate question that all human beings eventually end up asking, right? When, hold up, whence is this? When there was neither aught or not, and darkness was hidden in darkness. Who projected the universe? How? Who knows the secret? And the question has come down to us at the present time. Millions of attempts have been made to answer it, yet millions of times it will have had to be answered again. It is not that each answer was a failure. Every answer to this question, hold up, hold up. Every answer to this question, make sure that's showing clear for the folks. Okay. Every answer to this question contained a part of the truth, and this truth gathers strength as time rolls on. Remember that. It's not that everybody who answered this question was a failure. Every answer to this question contained a part of the truth, and this truth gathers strength as time rolls on. Okay? Let's remember that. Everybody, well, the Egyptians said, well, the Chinese said, well, the ancient Mesoamericans said, well, the Moors said, well, Atlantis said, oh man, I don't know, I ain't get two waters. I will try to present, I will try to present before you the outline of the answer that I have gleaned from the ancient philosophers of India in harmony with modern knowledge. Right? We find that in this oldest of questions, a few points had been already solved. The first is that there was a time when there was neither ought or not, when this world did not exist, when the planets and the luminaries, our Mother Earth, with the seas and oceans, the rivers and the mountains, cities, villages, human beings, animals, plants, and birds, all this infinite variety of creation had no existence. Are we sure of that? We shall try to trace how this conclusion has was arrived at. What does man see around him? Take a little plant. He puts a seed in the ground and later he finds a plant peep out, lift itself slowly above the ground and grow till it becomes a gigantic tree. Then it dies. Leaving only a seed, it completes the circle. What we say circle, samsara, right? Circle of life and death. It becomes out, it comes out of the seed, it comes out of the seed, becomes a tree, and ends in the seed again. Remember that. That's important. That's the cycle, right? Look at a bird. How? Look at a bird. How from the egg it springs, lives its life, and then dies, having produced other eggs. Seeds of the future. Seeds of the future birds. So with the animals, so with the men. Everything in nature begins, as it were, from certain seeds. He hinting at something here. It's certain seeds, certain rudiments, certain fine forms, and become grosser and grosser, and develops going on in that way for a certain time, and again goes back to that fine form in subsidies. The raindrop in which the beautiful sunbeam is playing was drawn in the form of vapor from the ocean, went far away into the air, and reached a make sure that's showing good. And it reached a region where it changed into water and dropped down in its present form to be converted into vapor again. So, with everything in nature by which we are surrounded, we know that the huge mountains are being worked upon by glaciers and rivers, which are slowly but surely pounding them and pulverizing them into sand, which drifts away into the ocean, where it settles down on its bed layer after layer, becoming hard as rock, once more to be heaped up into mountains in the future. These, again, will be pounded and pulverized, and thus things go on. From sand arise mountains, into sand they go. If it be true that nature is uniform throughout, if it be true, and so far no human experience has contradicted it, that the same method under which all small grain of sand is created works in creating the gigantic suns and stars and all this universe. If it be true that the whole of the universe is built on exactly the same plan as the atom, if it be true that the same law prevails throughout the universe, then if we take up a little plant and study its life, we shall know the universe as it is, as it has been said in the Vedas. Knowing one lump of clay, we know the nature of all of the clay in the universe. I'm going to highlight that because I think y'all need to remember that as well. I remember it because it's something key, very key. So honestly, this highlighting is for y'all. It says, what does it say? Knowing one lump of clay, we know the nature of all the clay in the universe. If we know one grain of sand, we shall know the secret of the whole universe. Applying this type of reasoning to phenomena in general, we find in the first place that everything is similar at the beginning and the end. The mountain comes from sand and goes back to sand. The river comes out of vapor and goes back to vapor. The plant comes from the seed and goes back to the seed. Human life comes out of the human germ and goes back. Stop shaking. And goes back to the human germ. The universe, with its stars and planets, hold up, has come out of a nebulous state and must go back to it. And what do we learn from this? That the manifested or the grosser state is the effect, and the finer state the cause. Thousands of years ago, it was demonstrated by Capella, the great father of philosophy, that destruction means going back to the cause. That's key too. What my highlighter that I want to do? Destruction means going back to the cause. I wonder if y'all can tell me what's the spiritual destructive path that everybody likes to claim. Yeah, yeah, I know. If you're watching this on the replay, you know. Everybody like to claim that, oh, I'm this and I'm that. I don't want to say it because I want y'all to think about it. But that's what that path is. The destruction means going back to the cause. All right. If this table here is destroyed, it will go back to its cause, to those fine forms and particles which combine made this form which we all call a table. If a man dies, he will go back to the elements which gave him his body. If this earth dies, it will go back to the elements which gave it its form. Wait a minute. This is what is called destruction, going back to the cause. Therefore, we learn that the effect is the same as the cause, not different. Listen, the effect is the same as the cause, not different. The effect is the same as the cause, not different. I should be highlighting that. If you read Samkhya Darshan, you know this. It is only in another form. Facts, zero. Facts. Zero said destruction is equal to creation, like the yin yang. Okay. This glass is an effect, and it has its cause. And the cause is present in this form. You hear me? This glass, let's just say this is a glass, right? This glass, what is it? This glass is an effect, and it has its cause, and this cause is present in this form. It's still there. A certain amount of the material called glass puts the force in the hands of the manufacturer are the causes. Hold on, let's read that again. A certain amount of the material called glass plus, here we go, plus the force in the hands of the manufacturer are the causes. The material and the instrumental, which combined produce this form called a glass. The force which was in the hands of the manufacturer is present in the glass as a power of adhesion, without which, hold up, without which the particles will fall apart, and the glass material is also present. The glass is only a manifestation of these fine causes in a new shape. And if it is broken into pieces, the force which was present in the form of adhesion will go back and join its own element. And the particles of glass will remain the same until they take new forms. Thus we find that the effect is never different from the cause. It is only reproduction of the cause in a grosser form. Let me read the comments, y'all. I don't got it from my phone, but let me look to my laptop. Zero says, like the Legos, we built something, then destroyed and build and with the same logo pieces, the elements, we create something different. Facts, zero facts. Okay, oh yeah, I ain't got my what's the name going on. Chino, Chino, what up, bro? What up, bro? What up, bro? Much love. Knows I'm in the field right now trying to knock out these 3 books. Gotta stay focused. So I'll be back, G. And we showing up for sure. Much love, Chino. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Do your thing, bro. Matthew Watson. Nah, this is not the Bihar School of Yoga. This is the Let me show you the cover of the book. This is definitely a different school of yoga. This is more just the Gyung yoga, but this will be the Vivekananda version of Gyan Yoga. Hopefully you can see that. This is the Vivekananda. So they have a slight different approach, and I've grown liking to this approach of Gyan Yoga. Um, this shit is powerful though. If you haven't been able to catch the past videos, Matthew Watson, um, I just showed you the book, but you get the chance, check that shit out, bro. It's a slight different approach than that of the Bihar School of Yoga, because I see the Bihar School of Yoga seem to be like more of a yogic approach. Yeah, Swami Vivekananda. Yeah. So I'm pretty obviously you've heard of him anyway. You know what I'm saying? I know you have. But they this Vedantic approach towards yoga. So more based on the Upanishads, the Brahma Sutras, the Bhagavad Gita, and the Brahma Sutras, the Bhagavad Gita, and the Upanishads. I think that's they base text as far as source goes. And man, god damn it, is it fire. Let's see, is it showing straight? Okay, we good. Next, we learn that all these particular forms, whether they are plants, animals, or men, are being repeated, at infantinuum. Yeah, damn, why they make that shit italicized? Hard to read that. They are being repeated, infinitium, basically infinitely, rising and falling. The seeds produce the trees produce the seeds, which again comes up as another tree, and so on and so on. There is no end to it. Water drops roll down the mountains into the oceans and rise again as vapor, going back to the mountains and again coming down to the oceans. So, rising and falling, the cycles go on. So, with all lives, so with all existence, we can see, feel, hear, or imagine. Everything that is within the bounds of our knowledge is proceeding in the same way, like breathing in and breathing out in the human body. Everything in creation goes on in this form. One wave rising, another falling, raising again. And rising again and falling again. Each we each wave has its hollow. Each hollow has its wave. The same law must apply to the universe taken as a whole because of its uniformity. The same law must apply to the universe taken as a whole because of its uniformity. This universe must be resolved into its causes. Hold up. This universe must be resolved into its causes. The sun, the moon, the stars, and the earth, the body and the mind, and everything in the universe must return to their finer causes, disappear, be destroyed, as it were. But they will live in the causes as fine forms. Out of these fine forms, they will emerge again as new earths, suns, moons, and stars. There is one fact more to learn about this rising and falling. The seed does not immediately become a tree, but has a period of inactivity. That's something that you should also remember in your spiritual journey, when you're just not having all these goddamn breakthroughs. When you got a period of inactivity. What is that? Is that not the registic or rajas? Oh no, that's the tamasic state, right? Everything has its tamasic state, right? Here we go. But has a period of inactivity, or rather a period of very fine unmanifested action. Just pure potential energy. Hint, hint. The seed has to work for some time beneath the soil. It breaks into pieces, degenerates, as it were, and regeneration comes out of that degeneration. Regeneration comes out. Regeneration comes out of that degeneration. In the beginning, the what? In the beginning was God, and God was the Word, and the Word was with God. Let's see. Let's see what he say. Maybe he said something like that. In the beginning, the whole of this universe has to work likewise for a period in the subtle form, unseen and unmanifested, which is called, hey man, I might have to stop reading. I might have to stop reading. Which is called chaos. Out of that comes a new projection. The whole period of one manifestation of the universe is going back to the final form, remaining there for some time and coming out again. Is in Sanskrit called a kalpa, or a cycle. Y'all ever heard of the guy called Mahakalpa or something like that, dealing with a great cycle, which would deal with Brahma, the birth of Brahma, or is it, when Brahma is awake and then Brahma goes to sleep? God damn it, I forgot it, but y'all know that type shit, the great time or cycle. Next comes a very important question, especially for modern times. We see that the final forms develop slowly and slowly and gradually becoming grosser and grosser. Rose the Flame, peace. Asaja, peace, peace, peace. Some real cosmic P pushes in here tonight. Tonight. Some real P pushes in here tonight. Hit that like button, y'all. Please rock with us. If you're rocking with us, rock with us all the way, not just halfway, gang. If you just joining, please hit that pinned comment that says join our Cosmic P email list. that email list, you is about to get some shit. You gonna get some updates that's coming for this new presentation. It's fire, never before seen, never before talked about. Yeah, they hinted at it before. They said a little bit about it before, but guess what? What do you know? The cosmic P pushes at the door, and we finna give you even more. God damn it! And the only way to get it is hit that link in the motherfucking chat and in the description. God damn it! I need to remix that motherfucker right there. Hold up, y'all. Give me a second. All right, hold up. Let's make sure it's showing back up. Showing back up on the screen clearly, profoundly. Okay. Next comes a very important question. Especially for modern times. We see that the finer forms develop slowly and gradually become grosser and grosser. We have seen that for those that are just joining, when you read these Eastern books or books of Eastern philosophy, see, in America we don't use the term gross outside of something being nasty and disgusting. See, that's what I'm saying. When shit gets translated from another language, you have to find a source that teaches you what this shit means. That's why I fought with the Vedanta. You know what I'm saying? See, over here in the West, we kind of like fucking AWOL over here, like anarchy. You motherfuckers don't have a teacher that gives us the meaning of what they mean. So, gross doesn't mean, gross means the most dense form of matter. That's what that means. I know people who've been on this over here, like Rose of Flame, Zero, Matthew Watson, like, you know what I'm saying, Hasaja. I know y'all understand. For those that's watching it that are not aware of what when they say certain terms like gross, it doesn't mean like nasty or dirty or no shit like that. This means the densest form that matter can uphold, right? So it slowly and gradually become grosser and grosser. We have seen that the cause is what? The cause is the same as the effect, and the effect is only the cause in another form. So what does that say about your life? Huh? What does that say about our life? What does that say about our so-called race or our racial heritage? What does that say about your American pride? Your American pride. Think about it. Take it all the way down through there, man. Therefore, the whole universe could not have been produced out of nothing. There is nothing which is produced without a cause, and the cause is the effect in another form. Out of he finna start talking that shit, y'all. I can tell by the way he writing now. Y'all know how he started off. Bro. I like the way this guy writes. It's a unique form. I mean, this wasn't even a writing. This was actually a speech that he performed in America. This is his first time showing up in America, 1896. Right? Out of what has this universe been produced then? From a preceding fine universe. Out of what has man been produced? The preceding fine form. Out of what has the tree been produced? Out of the seed. The whole of the tree was there in the seed. It comes out in my bad, y'all. It comes out and becomes manifest. You get a lot of this shit right here in Samkhya Darshan, right? So they have a lot of views that align with each other, and then you'll start to see later on how they separate from Samkhya Darshan. Remember, this is a non-dualist teaching. Non-dualist teaching, which I've come to find out it may be harder for a lot of people to align with non-dual systems, and we'll see why. It lines up perfectly with me, and I know it's gonna line up perfectly with a lot of y'all as well. Just not everybody, and I respect that and I understand it. But the non-dual systems can use the dualist systems. See, the non-dual system doesn't disprove, is not foundation upon disproving a dualist system. See, this Gyung Yoga or this Vedanta, this specific branch of this Vedanta does not disagree wholeheartedly just to prove that Samkhya Darshan is wrong, to prove that the tantric systems are wrong, to prove that the yogic systems are wrong. It uses all of that. Matter of fact, this particular branch of Vedanta is called Gyan Yoga. They call them Gyanis. What is Gyani? What is Gyan or Gyana? That means Gnosis. It means the wisdom or the path of knowledge, which it says in the title. Or I guess I didn't put it in the title. Gyan Yoga, the path of knowledge. This is a spiritual path of knowledge. This is not a spiritual path of bending and stretching a body. Nothing's wrong with it. This is not a spiritual path of bhakti yoga, devotional yoga, right? This is not a spiritual path of karma yoga. You know what I'm saying? Selfless actions, which all of that is inside of this system. See what I'm saying? All of those other systems may not, like a bhakti may not fuck with a Raja Yoga, a person who meditates. A person who meditates may not see no purpose in Jnana Yoga or Bhakti Yoga or Karma Yoga. All I need to do is sit here and just deal with my mind and clearing my mind and making it blank to have this realization of what we call God. Matthew Walker says mind yoga, aka the art of jinjitsu. Come on now. This is the art of bending and breaking the natural analytical processes of the mind. Right? What's the analytical process? Ain't that manas? That's what's the mind to the antakarana, manas, and chitta? It's going down. Like I'm telling y'all, I can't wait to really give y'all this presentation, man. Like I said, if you follow me on Instagram, you follow me on here, you got the notification bell set. Don't worry, I will. I'll be going on a promotional run a couple of days before, let you know, like, hey, this is it. And if especially if you're part of the email list, y'all definitely gonna get the heads up. Y'all gonna get the heads up before. If you're part of the email list, like over here, after we do these readings, we give study guides and practical methods along with majority of the study guides that you can take home and practice with, so you can keep this on your mind. That way you don't have to. It would do me benefit that you come back and watch the video, but it's not really about that. It's more about you taking and being able to leave that mental impression on your mind. So those who haven't joined the email list, the link is pinned in the chat, and if you're rewatching this, also in the description. All right, let's continue, y'all. Where we at? So the whole of the universe has been created out of this very universe existing in a minute form. It has been made manifest. Now it will go back to that minute form and again will be made manifest. Now we find that the fine forms slowly come out and become grosser and grosser until they reach their limit. And when they reach their limit, they go back further and further, becoming finer and finer again. This is coming out of the fine. This is coming out of the fine and becoming gross, simply changing the arrangements of the parts. I think that whole thing needs to be highlighted. Not gonna lie to y'all. Now that we found that the finer forms slowly come out and become grosser and grosser until they reach their limit. When they reach their limit, they go back farther and farther, becoming finer and finer again. This is coming out of the fine. This coming out of the fine and becoming gross simply changes the arrangements of the parts as it were. Make sure it's showing up on y'all screen right. Yeah, there you go. As it were in the modern times called evolution. This is very true, perfectly true. We see it in our lives. No rational man can possibly quarrel with the evolutionists. But we have to learn one more thing. Uh-oh. Damn, what happened? Damn. Hold up, y'all. Shit. Let's see. Where we at with it? Okay. So no rational man can possibly quarrel with the evolutionists. But we have to learn one thing more. We have to go one step further. And what is that? The very evolution is preceded by an involution. Sounds like some ring chaos. Who read the cosmic doctrine? And y'all be wondering where they be getting this shit from. Not y'all. Y'all be knowing. Preceded by involution. The Unfortunate wrote that book in what year? And he did this speech in 1896. I don't think the Unfortunate was writing books at that time. Um, hey Jay, this is called Jnana Yoga by Swami Vivekananda. And if you want to see, if you're paying attention, hopefully you can see that right there. That's the book cover right there. I'll leave that right there. So those who want to get that screenshot, that's that screenshot for you. Find it. It's gems. I'm trying to tell you. All right, let's make sure that we back lined up with the camera. Looks like we lined up with the camera. From what I can see. No, for sure, Jay, for sure. Now, let's get to it. The very evolution is preceded by an involution. The seed is the father of the tree, but another tree was itself the father of the seed. See how that works? The seed is the fine form out of which the big tree comes, and that big tree was involved in that seed. The whole of this universe was present in the fine universe. The little cell, or the little cell which afterwards becomes the man, is simply the man involved and becomes evolved as a man. Let's read that again. The whole of the universe was present in the fine universe. The little cell which afterward becomes the man is simply the man involved and becomes evolved as a man. If this is accepted, we have no quarrel with the evolutionists. For we see that if they admit this step instead of destroying religion, they will be its biggest supporters. We see then that there is nothing that can be created out of nothing. Everything exists through eternity and will exist through eternity. Only the moment in the succeeding waves of hollows going back and forth, going back to fine forms and coming out into gross manifestation, involution and evolution are going on. Evolution and evolution are going, hold on, where am I at? Are going on throughout the whole of nature. The whole series of evolution, beginning with the lowest manifestation of life and reaching up to the highest. The most perfect man must have the involution of something else. Are y'all hearing that? Did you hear that? The most perfect man must have been the involution of something else. Now, if y'all have not clicked the link inside the chat of you rewatching this, it's the link inside of the description, the email list, where you get a study guide after every chapter we read. Something for you to sit with, like a regular class, like normal school. You ain't gonna get it if you just did learn it in class. You gotta take it home as well. You gotta take it home as well, buddy. And we provide that. Join the email list link in the bio. Don't worry, we got you. This is real cosmic P being pushed here. Nothing fugazi. Nothing fugazi, guys. Let's get to it. All right. Stop being silly. The question is the involution of what? What was involved? God? The evolutionists would tell you that your idea that it was God is wrong. Why? Why? Because, replies the evolutionist, you say that God is intelligent, but we find that intelligence develops much later in the course of evolution. It is in man and the higher animals that we find. Let's get that lined up. It is in man and higher animals that we find intelligence, but millions of years passed in this world before this intelligence was produced. This objection of the evolutionists, however, does not hold water. Damn, they were saying this shit back in the 1800s. Well, you can't hold water. That shit does not hold water. As we shall see by applying our theory, the tree comes out of the seed, goes back to the seed. The beginning and the end are the same. The earth comes out of its cause and returns to it. What do we say the cause was? Who was listening? I want to see somebody listening. What did we say the cause of all causes was? What's the name? What's the terminology we use? Either the terminology that we use in the Kabbalah or the terminology that we use in everyday, or this Eastern terms. What somebody put it inside of the chat. What was the term that we use that where causes, all causes in effect come from? It's a name. I want to see who say something here. What is the cause of all causes but causeless itself? What is it? Maybe it helps if I say, who is it? Somebody been paying attention. Come on. I'm waiting. I ain't going to read. I ain't reading no more till somebody tell me. I know somebody telling. Somebody gonna tell me. All right, Bina. God damn it, right. That's it. That's it. That's it. All right, Zero. My guy. Somebody paying attention. Bina. Prakriti. Maya. There we go. There we go. All of those are the right answer. They're just different names and different systems, but they represent the same goddamn thing. Bina, Prakrita, Prakriti, Maya, and also Mayat. And I will show motherfuckers that in my presentation. Motherfucker think Mayat just means truth and justice. What do we read over there with Trav when he was talking about what justice, what the true justice is? True justice is basically coming into that real deal self-realization, true liberty. We getting into that. We're gonna get into that. I don't want to get too much here. So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell on here. Also join the email list. Also follow me on fucking social media. Alright? So you can get that update. I'm telling you, I ain't seen nobody talk about what the shit I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna go over a lot of shit that everybody talk about, but no, I haven't heard anybody connect these dots together. Listen, keyword connected the dots. Even from, hey, from the master teachers, they've all covered it, but they have not connected this dot. They have not connected the dot in the way, and I listen to all of them, right? This is not like, yo, yeah, nigga, I'm the most supreme motherfucker. No, fuck me as a person. Fuck my gnosis and fuck no way. Like, no, I've had this realization, like, oh shit, this is the shit. and it's time that it be delivered onto the etheric planes of the of the of the of the motherfucking internet, nigga. The ethernets. It should be released on the ethernets in a packed version of it. See what I'm saying? It's almost like you want some, like, you want a cheeseburger, right? You know what I'm saying? You may have to, but this store only says the best. This store says the best fine beef or turkey meat, and you got to go to the next store to get the seasoning because they sell the best seasoning, and you got to go to the next store to get the best bread because they sell the best bread. You got to go to this store to get the best cheese because they make the fresh cheese. Then your lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle, whatever the fuck you like in your burger, you got to go to different stores for that, right? Same thing with the type of shit that I'm talking about I'm going to be delivering. So you ain't going to have to go to all these stores. Not saying don't go to these stores, but guess what? Boom, one-stop shop, baby. All of it packed into one that you can take home. Appreciate you, Zero. Nah, facts. I get, you know what I mean, though. You know what I'm saying? Not just the body, not just the mind. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't what I'm bigging up. It's the that which is in every last one of us that is eternal. That's what we talking about here. That's what Vivekananda talking about in this book. That's what we going into that on that presentation. In my own words, though, in my sense of humor, and my fuckery that some people might not like, which is fine. Y'all know I don't be tripping on that. We know that if we can find the beginning, we can find the end. Conversely, if we find the end, we can find the beginning. If that is so, take this whole evolutionary series from the protoplasm at one end, from the protoplasm at one end to the perfect man at the other. The whole series is one life. In the end, we find perfection. So in the beginning, that must have been the same. Therefore, the protoplasm was the involution of the highest intelligence. Did you hear that? Therefore, the protoplasm was the involution of the highest intelligence. Ms. D, unfortunately, for a very distinct breakdown of protoplasm in cosmic doctrine. You may not see it, but that involved intelligence is what is uncooling itself until it becomes manifested in the most perfect man. Hold up. My bad, I read that wrong. You may not see it, but that evolved intelligence is what is uncoiling, coiling itself until it becomes manifested in the perfect man. What we talking about when we talking about that coil? What we talking about when we talking about that coil? What we talking about when we talking about that coil? It's uncoiling itself until it becomes manifested into the perfect man. It's uncoiling itself until it becomes manifested into the perfect man. Not one human being, man, but mankind. So not my Gnosis. Not no way. But in human existence in general, right? If the law of conservation of energy is true, you cannot get anything out of a machine unless you first put it in. So what is that saying, y'all? That's the same with your AI. Remember, this is 1896. You just don't get shit out of ChatGPT if you ain't programming ChatGPT. You gotta program the motherfucker the right way. You gotta program the shit the right way. Damn. Hurt my goddamn ears, man. I gotta get some new headphones, man. These AirPods is not it. Hold up. ears, man. I gotta get some headphones, man. These AirPods, not it. All right. And the amount of work you get out of an engine is exactly the same as the amount you put in, right? It's the exact same amount you put into it in the form of water and coal, neither more nor less. The work I am doing is just what I put into me in the shape of air, food, and other things. Hold up. The work I am doing now is just what I put into me in the shape of air, food, and other things. It is only a question of change and manifestation. There cannot be added in the economy of this universe one particle of matter or one foot-pound of force, nor can one particle of matter or one foot-pound of force be taken out. Y'all hear that? There's nothing new under the sun, is basically what he just said, but in more depth. There can be nothing added as far as particle of matter into this planet, or force, or particle of America, or particle or matter, or foot-pound of force taken out. And when he's talking, he's just not talking about our universe. This is all fucking universes. Everybody who wants to go to Andromeda, star seeds, and all that shit, none of them are excluded from this. If that be so, what is this intelligence? If it was not present in the protoplasm, hold up. We got 2 more pages, y'all, and we up out of here for the night. It must have come all of a sudden. Something coming out of nothing, which is absurd, is therefore follows absolutely the perfect man, the free man, the God man, who has gone beyond the laws of nature and transcended everything, who has no more to go through this process of evolution through birth and death. That man is called the Christ man. Ooh, is y'all the Christ man? All y'all that's watching now, everybody who left, y'all ain't the Christ man, because y'all left my live stream. I was gonna call y'all Christ man, but y'all left. So, the Christ man, the man who escapes out of life and death, reincarnation. Everybody talking about, I ain't reincarnating no more. We're gonna get into that on the what's the name too, on the slide presentation too. It's called the Christ Man by the Christians. It's called the Christ Man by the Christians. Let me finish reading, I guess. No face divination. Peace. You caught us at the end, but as long as you here, twin. Always standing on peace. Salute to you, my God. No face divination. By the Christians. Hold on, what did he say? Okay, let's read this over again. It therefore follows absolutely that the perfect man, the free man, the God man, who has gone beyond the laws of nature and transcended everything, who has no more to go through this process of evolution through birth and death. That man called the Christ man by the Christians, the Buddha man by the Buddhists, and the free soul by the yogis. See what I'm saying? Christ, Buddha, Christian. Y'all spiritual folks, so y'all already understand this, right? So y'all already know how it's different terminology used to describe the same thing. The free soul, right? By the yogis. That perfect man who is at one end of the chain of evolution, who involved in the protoplasmic cell, which is at the other end of the same chain. Applying this same sort of reason to the whole of the universe, we see that intelligence must be the Lord of creation, the cause. And it was Zero put in the chat earlier. Who did we say and what did we say the cause was? We had to give that cause a name. Some call it Prakriti. Some call it Bina. Some call it Maya. Some can call it Isis. Hmm? Okay. What is the most evolved notion that man has of the universe? Is it that of intelligence, the adjustment of part to part, the display of intelligence? Which notion the ancient design theory attempted to express? The beginning is therefore intelligence. At the beginning, that intelligence becomes involved, and in the end, damn, and in end. Ain't that some confusing shit? And in the end, that intelligence becomes evolved. The sum total of the intelligence displayed in the universe must therefore be the involved universal intelligence unfolding itself. Let's read that again. The sum total of the intelligence displayed in the universe must therefore be the involved universal intelligence unfolding itself. This universal intelligence is what we call God. Call it by any other name. It is absolutely certain that in the beginning there is the infinite cosmic intelligence. This cosmic intelligence gets involved. Listen, this cosmic intelligence gets involved and it manifests, evolves itself. You talking that shit, Zero. Talking that shit, Zero. That's what I'm talking about, my guy. Let's read that sentence again. Call it by any other name, it is absolutely certain that in the beginning there is the infinite cosmic intelligence. This cosmic intelligence gets involved and it manifests, evolves itself until it becomes the perfect man, the Christ man, the Buddha man. Then it goes back to its own source. This is why all scriptures say, in him we live, move, and have our being. That is why all the scriptures preach that we come from God and go back to God. Do not be frightened by theological terms. If it frightens you, you are not fit to be philosophers. This cosmic intelligence is what the theologians call God. Zero Matthew Watson talking that shit. Ooh-wee, that's that shit we're gonna be getting into. That's that shit we're gonna be getting into right there. That's it. That Shiva, that Purusha. That Shiva, that Purusha. And as over here, they will call it. Oh shit! I ain't even switched the page up, y'all. Over here is what they call Brahman, and it has a slight distinction of difference from Purusha and Shiva. Slight difference, but very much the same thing in essence. Just like how you will go over to Christians and they will call it God, or Yahweh, or Yahweh. Then the Buddhists, you know what I'm saying, call it what they call it. Same thing. But we talking about the same goddamn thing. And Adam Cadmon, right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I got some fire shit about Adam Cadmon coming up in that presentation too. Mm-hmm. Cause I read your shit backwards, Matthew Watson. I thought you were saying something different, but you're saying Adam Cadmon. Yes, sir. The heavenly man. Let's get to it. That is why all the scriptures preach that we come from God and go back to God. Do not be frightened by theological terms if these terms frighten you. You're not fit to become philosophers. Remember what philosophy means, right? See, in here you got SOPH. Anybody know anything about SOPH? Ain Soph R? Huh? Ain Soph? Ain Soph R? Sophia from the Gnostic or the Coptic Egyptian text? Sophia, what does Pistis Sophia stand for? Stands for wisdom. So what does that mean? Gyung Yoga stands for the path of wisdom or the path of knowledge. Gyung Yoga is a philosophical. So philosophy stands for the love of wisdom, the love of Sophia. All right? Not just about any goddamn thing. The whole thing about this whole life, this whole creation, this existence, God, devil, evil, all that shit. The love of wisdom. You're not fit to be philosophers. The cosmic intelligence is what the theologians call God. I have been asked many times, what do you use? Why do you use that old word God? Because it is the best word for our purpose. You cannot find a better word than that because all the hopes, aspiration, and happiness of humanity have been centered on that word. That's why I still use the word God. Even though I feel like that's I feel like it's a terrible description for what we call God, but you got to use that because everybody understands that. If I get over here talking about some, you're a Brahmin, over here talking about some, you're a Purusha, over here talking about some, you're a Shiva, everybody don't know what that word means. It is more descriptive. Purusha and Shiva give way better description than what the term God uses, right? But unfortunately, only you guys, only you guys are cool enough, and you guys actually know what it means. So hold up, because it's the best word for the purpose. You can't find a better word that holds all after in heaven. It is impossible to hold up. Let's see. It's time for some new highlights. It is impossible to change. Hold up. It is impossible now to change the word. Words like this were first coined by great saints who realized their import and understood their meaning. But also they became current in society. Ignorant people take up the word. Ignorant people take up these words in the results in society. Ignorant people take up these words in the results is that they lose their spirit and glory. The word God has been used from time immemorial. In the idea of the cosmic intelligence and all that is great and holy is associated with it. Do you mean to say that because some fool says it is not all right, we should throw it away? Another man may come and say, take my word, and another again, take my word. So there will be no end to foolish words. So that's why we use it. We just gonna keep going around, saying, no, this is the real word to use. God, don't say God, say this. And it's like, hey man, it's denoting the same thing. It's like you can get on like people, man. I get some of the craziest DMs. It's like, bro, why you gotta be so uptight? Like the word God did something to you. If you know all the history about it's a German word and it means this and it means okay, what? So what? I can't just talk to everybody that doesn't know that. So how hard is it gonna be for me trying to teach and speak to people, and I gotta keep using a different word? I give a At the beginning when I say God, I give a little bit of clarification what I mean, and then go into what I'm talking about. That's about the best I can do. Um, Use the old word. Only use it in the true spirit. Cleanse it of super. Basically, damn, that's it right there. I get it. Damn, just what I'm gonna say. Okay, so there will be an end to foolish words. Use the old word. Only use it in the true spirit. Cleanse it of superstition and realize fully what this great ancient word means. If you have understood the power of the law of association, you will know that these words are associated with innumerable, majestic, and powerful ideas. They have been they have been used and worshipped by millions of human souls and associated by them with all that is highest and best. That's basically what we're talking about. All that is highest and best, and all that is rational, and all that is lovable, and all that is great. Coming to the end, y'all. And all that is great and grand in human nature. That's what we are talking about when we say the term God, right? So let's have that understanding, those of you that are watching. When you got to go into deep details until we having a presentation about something deep in detail dealing with that topic. But when you're just having a general conversation, you don't want to have to break down the whole history of the word God and God really mean this and here's the better term to use for God. And God say this and this and this and that. No, if you're just trying to have a general conversation with somebody about that, you can go into from that aspect and still use the word God. And they suggest these associations and therefore cannot be given up. If I had tried to express all this by telling you only that God created the universe, it would have conveyed nothing to you. Yet, after all this struggle, we have come back to Him, the ancient and supreme one. We now see that all the variation forms of cosmic energy, such as matter, thought, force, intelligence, and so forth, are simply the manifestation of the cosmic intelligence. Or we shall call it henceforth the Supreme Lord. Everything that you see, feel, or hear, the whole universe is His creation. Or to be a little more accurate, is His projection. Yeah, nigga. Okay? Yeah, nigga. Is His projection. Or to be still more accurate, it is the Lord Himself. I'm just keep going. I ain't gonna say shit. It is He who is shining as the sun and the stars. He is the Mother Earth. He, Himself is the ocean. He comes as gentle showers. He is the gentle air that we breathe. It is who is. Man, look at how he wrote this sentence. And it is who is working as force in the body. He is a speech that is uttered. He is a man who is talking. He is the audience that is here right now on YouTube. He is the platform on which I stand. He is the light that enables me to see your faces. It is all He. He Himself is both the material and the efficient cause of the universe. And He is that becomes involved in the minute cell and evolves at the other end and becomes God again. Mm-hmm. 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 He it is. Oh, no face divination, or is a cosmic doctrine written like this? This way before the cosmic doctrine. That's what got me. Matter of fact, let me check myself. When was the cosmic doctrine written? It was only 100 years ago, right? I'm gonna get the book and check myself. Hold up, y'all. And this is why I fuck with the Eastern philosophy, y'all. Because, yeah, when the Cosmic Doctrine written in like 1925, because I know when we were reading it with Trav, we said it was 100 years old. Let's see. Got Cosmic Doctrine here, y'all. Let's see. Yep, right there. 1924. 1924. 1924. This book, well, this ain't even a book. This is actually, people made a book out of his speeches. So what does that mean? 1896. 1896. And you got to think about the combination of knowledge and wisdom and understanding Swami Vivekananda had to get before he can even get to this point where he can come over here and teach. Because then you got his teacher, Sri Ramakrishna. Hey, man. That's what this type of shit I'm going to be going through. This type of shit. Oh, yeah, damn. No face divination. I'm just seeing it. Like, okay, yeah. Oh, I don't know when you wrote that. My bad. But the amount of combination of the knowledge and wisdom and understanding and self-realization that you had to get to even come do this shit. He came talking shit to people in England and America. This is actually the first lecture that he had in America. I can be checked on that. But this is the first lecture that's part of the Young Yoga series of the lecture that he brought to America. This is 1896. Nigga just got out of slavery about 30, 40 years ago. He over here talking shit like this. We still pent up on Jesus. So, yeah, right, no face divination. To even get to that point takes it further back. I can't buy those books because here in Mexico are hard as fuck to find. The only one comes from the U.S. and are expensive. Damn, Zero. That is something different. Damn, that is something different. I forgot that Zero is in Mexico, so it's hard for him to get a lot. So that means Zero got to get a lot of PDFs. Am I right, Zero? That means you got to get a lot of damn PDFs. I don't know, bro. And then what is it easier for you to read in, Zero? Is it easier for you to read in English or Spanish, or are you pretty equal with both of them? Because I can see something in the future, bro, where we can try to work something out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Probably can't buy you every goddamn book in the world, but like, can help out, bro, and get something sent down there because we in America, we don't understand. See, that's what I be trying to tell y'all, bro. We in America, everybody don't have access to all this type of information. And then especially you got to look at what our currency is. Our currency compared to Zero's currency in Mexico, that shit fuck around. And, you know what I'm saying? How much work that shit he had to put in just to get a goddamn book. But yeah, Zero, we'll chop it up about that. But yeah, just sometime in the future, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Or it can be just as simple as, bro, I can send this motherfucker. I already got two of them. I find it more easy in English because I used to learn in English. Okay, thanks to you. Okay, yeah. We'll chop something up just later on just about that, bro. Because I'm telling y'all, in America, we so spoiled with so much information. And then think about how many people won't even get a book. How many people keep on talking about, hey, that's what I'm saying, no face divination. Like, he's in Mexico getting this shit. He in Mexico getting this shit, bro. Them motherfuckers out down here that don't even want to goddamn, you know what I'm saying, in America that can't even get this shit. It's niggas that I know that been pumping, I'm a god, I'm a titan, and still won't even, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. This shit gotta be in you, not on you, man. Melanin ain't enough. You know what I like to tell the motherfucker. Melanin ain't enough. Or ancestry ain't enough. Maybe it is, but I got them, and that's besides the point. Let's see. Hey, Zero, the truth is you saved your own goddamn life. We just happen to be the you know how I like to talk. As soon as you tell me you appreciate me or you appreciate us, I spin it right back at you, motherfucker. We appreciate you as well, bro. Just for being who you are, coming into this level of self-realization. You are all the way in Mexico. We got niggas in America who can't even comprehend that shit. And they got all the access to it. Amazon Prime, get it overnight, nigga. And they still can't get it. Zero all the way in Mexico. And his second language is English, as you can see. So Zero said, I'd rather die than not to learn this. My soul is such passion about it that I really can't love without this. And not saying that Zero needs my second on that, but you can tell those who are really about this shit. You can tell who really about this shit. That's all I'm gonna say. Zero one of them motherfuckers for sure. I'm not saying nobody else on here ain't, but Zero one of them motherfuckers for sure. Let's see. We now see that all various forms of cosmic energy, such as matter, thought, force, intelligence, and so forth, are simply the manifestation of the cosmic intelligence. So when we talking about the manifestation, all those people talking about the illusion, the illusion, the illusion. Melanin is the highest form of intelligence in the cosmos. Hey man, the cosmos itself is a manifestation, is within Prakriti, is within Bina, is within the matrix. It is the matrix. Remember that. The heavens and hells are too. Oops. Oops. The heavens and hells are a manifestation too. Is it not written in the Bible that it says this heaven and hell, or this heaven and earth too shall pass away? Why did he say that? I wonder why. But it don't matter because I'm going to be talking about that in my new presentation coming up. Not a lot on it, but enough on it. And so forth are simply the manifestation of the cosmic intelligence, or as we shall call it henceforth, the Supreme Lord. Everything that you see, feel, hear, the whole universe is his creation. Oh, we already did that. We already read all that, didn't we? Let's read it again so we can get it back in our mind. And y'all know y'all gonna get the study guide tonight. The whole universe is creation, or to be a little more accurate, is his projection, or to be still more accurate, is the Lord himself. It is he who is the shining at the sun and the stars. He is the mother earth. He himself is the ocean. He comes as gentle showers. He is the gentle air that we breathe. He and he it is who is working as force in the body. He is a speech that is uttered. He is the man who is talking. He is the audience that is here. He is this platform on which I stand. He is a light that enables me to see your faces. It is all he. He himself is both the material and the efficient cause of the universe. And he, it is that becomes involved in the minute cell and evolves at the other end and becomes God again. He is that. He, it is that comes down and becomes the lowest atom and slowly unfolding his nature rejoins himself. This is why, bro, you gotta understand this shit is a game, bro. You wouldn't be so serious about life and so detrimental about life. I had a curveball thrown to me today in life. I did like you know what I'm saying, a little scream or whatnot, and let that shit go, bro. It's just a little game to play. You know what I'm saying? Play the game, get over it, get through it. It's not an obstacle, it's an opportunity. So it's not that things in life don't annoy me, but they don't have that much hold on me. I don't sit and soak into that type of shit. It's a moment and it's gone. What can I do? Okay, can't do too much about it. Fuck it. Don't stress too much about it. Matter of fact, don't stress at all about it. All right? And slowly comes down to the lowest atom and slowly unfolding his nature, rejoins himself. This is the mystery of the universe. Thou art the thou art the man. Thou art the woman. Thou art the strong man walking in the pride of youth. That thou art the old man tottering on crutches. Thou, thou art in everything. Thou art everything, O Lord. This is the only solution of the cosmos that satisfies the human intellect. In one word, we are born of him. We live in him, and unto him we return. And that, my friends, will conclude that chapter on the cosmos, the macrocosm. Then the next chapter, we're going to get into the cosmos on the microcosm. Look at that, y'all. January 1896. Yeah, nah, real shit. Oh, Zero said, I want to start uploading videos on my YouTube next month in Spanish to help people that don't understand English to learn it. Facts, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what you should do. That's what you should do. Because there's no way in the hell that you are the only one in Mexico who want to learn this information but can't get to it because everybody talking about it is in English. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing like that. It's nothing like that, bro. That's karma yoga. People think karma yoga is something else. You're doing something to assist other people. Why do you think I do this? I'm at heart, for the most percentage of me, I'm a jnana yoga. Why do you think my name is Gnosis? Gnosis means the same thing as jnana yoga. I didn't know that. But as I started to come into this information, being exposed to this information and get an understanding doing my research, come to find out Gnosis and jnana is the same thing. The path of knowledge, the path of wisdom. So this is a yogic path. You can take a tantric path. You can take one of the other yogas. And this is a path. Yoga really just means path, if you want to be quite honest. It just means path. When everybody say, my spiritual path, my spiritual path. Take that path, Zero. Start doing the YouTube video. Like Trav told you, fuck being a perfectionist, just get started, get going, have fun with this shit, man. My woman had to remind me, the love of my life had to remind me, hey, have fun with it. Because I can get caught up in that shit too. I can get caught up in that shit too. Travis told you as well, like sometimes he's got caught up in it. But that, you know what I'm saying? That's because we just want to do better. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit. But don't get caught up in that shit. Don't let this shit wrap you up because you'll fuck around and find out you actually end up doing nothing. He said that's why I love chaos magic so much because it makes me be flexible with everything and every time. And definitely my magic is improved. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Love to hear that shit. And I appreciate everybody that came, that chopped it up with us, that stayed with us. For those who still want to know what the book is, here's the book for you. Here's the book for you. I'm gonna get off of this live and I'm about to get back to working on that presentation that I'm telling y'all I got coming for y'all. As always, y'all know we standing on principle. What's the principle? Guess what? If you don't know what the principle is, we get into it. That's what's gonna be shown in this presentation. The ultimate principle that does not go, nothing goes past this ultimate principle. And you are that principle. Everything that you are, your every being, your everything you eat, sleep, shit, lick, taste, fuck, touch, everything. It is that principle. You're just not aware of it. So we standing on principle. We standing on our purpose. We standing on our purpose. And that's our standard operating procedure. And remember, no obstacles will apprehend you. Prosper over pain. What does that mean? No obstacles. There are no obstacles. There are no enemies. Huh? There can't be no enemies. If you are all, if you are the all, that means there's only an opportunity. There's no obstacles. It's only an opportunity for you to prosper over pain. With that being said, peace, love, and motherfucking hair grease. We'll see you motherfuckers next week. You did.